Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sarah here. I'm so excited that I finally get to do this. I'm finally starting to do swatching videos for the awesome inky happy mail that pen friend H sent me a while ago now. Pardon me, still have a bit of a cough. Kind of got well enough to film my July currently inked and my 30 inks wrap up, and then everyone got the flu, PCR positive for influenza A, and I had maybe a short half a day in hospital where the doctor told me I needed antivirals, rest, and TLC. So there you go. But I'm well. I actually love doing this. I feel like swatching is great for my mental health, but I'm sorry if there is a little bit of a cough. Yes, I have water, but we will try and also see if what wine helps. This is my first wine in weeks and weeks. So I'm still working out the stand and the light, so I hope it's not too shadowy, but I feel like I'm slowly getting somewhere, and I'm going to try a different type of swatching today because part of the happy mail that H sent me was this awesome dip pen holder. It's like hand turned. Look at the sparkles. It's like different shades of purple, and like in some bits it goes to like a blurple, and then in others like it's like interspersed with almost like a pinky purple like through it, which and then the hints of the silver. So I actually think there is blue and silver sparkle in there because you can kind of see like them contrasting against each other. It's so beautiful. It actually has a really nice weight. It fits the Tachikawa nibs, and I've seen a couple of people use these types of nibs. Serial Nana does. What's her name on Instagram? The Scientific Notes. It's like a mum and daughter. I think she uses it. I've seen a few people. Pardon me. So I thought I would give it a go because I really wanted to use this holder. I just got this one off AliExpress. H sent me so many awesome samples that what I thought I'll do is I've kind of broken it up into like color kind of, and the way I'm going to do it, I should get 6 on a page. So I know there's more than 6 here. So I'm kind of, well, I'll keep that one in there, but I'll put some to the side here. What's cool about this little stand is that because of the way it packs up, it almost has like this perfect spot for little ink holders. And I think I'll either do it, so this is kind of the oranges, and of them, these 3 were the least amount of orange. So I'm going to put them to the side and see how we go. I am so excited. Let's jump in. So I have an idea in my head. So the other only new thing I'm using is, this is the Pilot, moving the card here, the Pilot Iro Otsushi, but this is the medium nib. I've actually found this nib a little bit harder to use it. I've had some hard starts, so bear with me on that one. I don't know if you can see that, my little mint slice off to the side. So let's jump right in. The first ink we're going to be swatching is Monteverde Mango Mousse. Now, I reckon 92% of the ink samples I was given I had never tried before. So how lucky am I? And it means that we're going to be able to kind of discover them in real time together as well. Wow. So right off the bat, what's jumping out at me is there's almost like a fluorescence to it. It's a really punchy orange. I really don't know anything about orange inks. I've swatched maybe one. I love, it's almost like the base color is like a yellowy kind of, and then it's a real, like, I guess like a truer orange on top. Now what I wanted to see if I could do was this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Really interested to see then what it looks like with the dip pen. I think if I was to ink a pen up with this, I'd want to ink up a a wetter pen because I just wonder if these bits would be a touch too light. You know, the majority of what I do is journal writing, so I'm always thinking in that frame, mind frame, sorry. All right, let's go. But I have to say, I wrote that on an angle, it's annoying. I hope looks quite legible coming out of that. You're seeing, I guess, the darker bits there. You're not getting much shading with that, but I think for this type of color, it works well. It's got this. There's something like there's a richness to that color, isn't there? Look just how it's the heavier bits sit on top. It's quite beautiful. So, of a colorway that I really know nothing about, first one down, cool. And I kind of like swatching with this as well. Much easier to clean at the end of the day. All right, I've just got them off to the side here. Let's go this one. Oh, this is an ink I have not tried, but I've seen a few people try it. It's Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn. I wonder actually if there's going to be a similarity. I've seen Simone ink up a pen with this a couple of times. I think she's the one that I think of the most if in terms of who I've seen use this ink. I think it works better maybe if I start from the middle out to get some different variations of it. So straight away what jumps out at me is it's interesting because I would have looking at it in the vial gone, oh, that's going to be really orange. But then what's so cool about like swatching is then looking at it compared to that mango mousse above, this just looks so yellow to me. One to like this. Maybe it's not that it's yellower, but it's cooler. This looks much warmer now compared to that buttered popcorn. I'm trying to think if I edit that coughing fit out. I'm not sure why I'm struggling writing in a straight line. I've got a grid underneath. Maybe it's because I'm trying to write bigger. My favorite popcorn is the one at the supermarket that you get in the green packet, and it's slightly sweet, slightly salty. I really like that. So of the two, I was going to say, do I have a preference? But they're actually quite different. I think it's really interesting. This one definitely is more of a fluoro. Is it more saturated or just like it's more orange, and this is like a darker, deeper yellow. And there is a difference there. It's actually quite obvious in the writing samples. You could argue maybe there's a little bit of like an orange halo there or where it's pooling, but if you look at the writing samples, to me, that's a really dark, kind of caramelly yellow, and then that one reads more orange. So I can understand, I guess, the association with like buttered popcorn. It's not something I really eat too often, but actually I do remember when we traveled to America, and one day we were so exhausted, so we did go and see a movie, and they have the like pumpy station for melted butter to put over your popcorn. Not something we have in Australia. I actually very rarely get popcorn at the movies. I mean, that being said, 2 young kids, who goes to the movies anymore? And, pandemic. But what is my go-to? Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. This is Ferris Wheel Press Main Street Marmalade. And that is interesting. It's like kind of a lot less saturated than the first two. What is your go-to movie order? Mine's going to be, you know what? I don't really eat ice cream anymore because it just makes me feel sick. But when I did eat ice cream, it would always be between a mint choc top. Yeah, mint. Or, yeah, it was always mint. Or crispy M&Ms that I would share with my wife. So nowadays, I can't even tell you the last time I went to the movies, actually. But I think the crispy M&Ms would have to win out compared to the mint choc chop. Ferris. So this is, why can I not write in a straight line today? Ferris wheel press, Main Street, Marmalade. So this again, obviously in the orange family because they all have it. Look at that beautiful shading you're getting in that swatch. Definitely on the less saturated side. In the lighter bits, almost like hints of peach, maybe that's where that kind of marmalade jam reference is coming in. But oh god, get that in the right pen and that is going to shade beautifully. I'm not sure what is going on with this nib, but it feels really, really stiff compared to the fine nib I have, which is really unfortunate because I just did want something slightly thicker. But, you know, I think what's so cool about this and this amazing Happy Mail that I got is orange is just not a colour that I would usually go to, but even just doing this, I'm learning so much, thinking about what pens I could put things in. It's, you know, it's always just a learning curve, isn't it? All right. Next up is, let's do a shimmer. This is Vinter Inks. It's a Cult Pens exclusive, Whiskey Gold. Oh my God, look at the shimmer there. I hope you can see that. That looks amazing. I kind of always wished I was a whiskey drinker. I don't like it. But I like the look of when people drink whiskey. Does that make sense? I just feel like, I don't know, there's something about it. A lot of people in my family drink whiskey. My wife drinks whiskey, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. And they always just, there's something nice about, you know, anyway, okay, so that's interesting. The shimmer ink is the first time that I've kind of struggled to really be able to coat this nib, and this was something that looked like it had a buttload of shimmer. That's really struggling on the nib there. So that's, I guess, interesting to know. But that is just a rich, gorgeous colour with this beautiful like goldy bronze shimmer in there. That is beautiful. See if I can get some more on top. Just try and add to this. But yeah, okay. I'd be interested if people have more experience with this type of nib. Is there a trick with shimmer inks? I mean, it didn't struggle as much with that. Maybe it's the kind of that action and the shimmer getting caught, maybe. Okay, all I see there is that gold shimmer. So I'm going to describe that as like a bronze or a caramel. Can totally get the whiskey reference there. It's rich, it's deep, it's decadent, and it just has so much shimmer. I feel like this is going to be a shimmer that, you know, like will come off the page. It really does feel jam-packed. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you are like me, I always seem to like the shimmer inks that actually err on the side of a little bit less shimmer. So I may struggle with something like this, but I guess it is all about the right pen and ink combo. Let's see how it goes with this. And interestingly, this has been the the best one on here. Called pens, and what do we call it? Did I ask you before what your movie order was? That is beautiful. This is not an ink I ever thought I would have liked, but I am drawn to that. It just looks really decadent. I don't know what's the word I'm trying to find. Enticing. It looks yum. That ink is awesome. Oh, I really want to try that. Maybe I put it in a Twisby Go because it's got so much shimmer in it. Oh, how cool is this page turning out? All right. We'll do another exclusive. This is Dominant Industry Wonder Pens Ginger Chicken. She gave me tuna grey as well, which I have in my Mooman A1 at work, and am loving that so much. So excited then to see what this one looks like as well. It looks really like dark and rich in the vial. And I wonder if it'll be different. Ooh, wow. And look, straight away, look at the difference just in how that's come off the nib there. So what that is telling me is that this is going to be, I think, quite a wet ink. I haven't re-dipped doing that. How interesting. And look how much I struggled when those particles getting in there, and this one just bang onto the page. That's kind of cool that maybe I can learn and in real time kind of talk about the difference of wetness and dryness of inks just with that nib, which I didn't feel as much sometimes under that cup. So this is and it actually feels beautiful under this nib. Dominant Industry. Wow. So this is going to be, it's almost a brown, but a really warm one. I mean, you can see it looks so much darker than the other ones on the page, but you can see the hints as it's drying, the hints of orange coming through. It is rich. It's a wet ink. It wrote beautifully, and even though it goes down really wet, as it's drying straight away, I'm seeing little bits of shading pop up. Oh, I am so excited by that ink. Really, really excited by that ink. That's amazing. Wow. Can you see? Pardon me. Like just the bits where it's like going from the light to dark, and it's going from like this dark orange into like a brown, but keeping like this warmth throughout it. Wow, that is gorgeous. Okay, that is definitely the winner at the moment. All right, last one for this page is Ferris Wheel Press Pumpkin Patch. I'm pretty sure I've seen Maria swatch this. I think this was part of her April 30 inks. I'm pretty sure, and it looks really cool. It looks super like saturated and just like a really punchy ink. All right, let's have a look. I'm interested to see how this feels. So again, this has been a lot easier to get onto the page compared to that whiskey, but actually I am re-dipping, whereas that one I didn't at all. Yeah, I should have re-dipped then. I wanted to see how I went. I love pumpkin. I think it is a very underrated vegetable. My dad eats almost anything in the world. Will not touch pumpkin, will not touch other veggies if they have touched pumpkin. But I think it's awesome. So this is... So, again, totally understand the name. I think this is a medium to dark orange. If I look across the page, I think these types of oranges probably interest me more than that one, just because there's other kind of colors coming into it, whereas that is really just speaks orange to me. Let me, I'll just put the lid back on this and I'll lift this up closer to see. So up the top, Monteverde Mango Mousse, Ferris Wheel Press Buttered Popcorn, Ferris Wheel Press Main Street Marmalade, Vinter Inks Whiskey Gold, Dominant Industry Ginger Chicken, wow, and then Ferris Wheel Press Pumpkin Patch. 6 orange adjacent inks that are completely new to me. Really excited by these two, but I mean, this one, look at where that's dried. I think if I find the right pairing for that one, it could be absolutely stunning, and so excited to have, you know, been given multiple samples of a color I really know nothing about, and, you know, look at the possibilities I have to explore it. How lucky am I? Awesome, guys. I think, I'm not sure how long I've been going for this video. Let me have a look. I've got so many different ideas and things to swatch from this, my pen friend. I'm thinking maybe we'll do like one a week. So stay tuned. But as always, if you could hit like and subscribe, that would be amazing. And I'll chat to you guys again soon.